Professor Americus Reed, the world's leading brand identity theorist, has edited a cutting-edge piece of research with Professor Mark Forehand that delves into the origins and consequences of identity loyalty that spans nearly every consumer marketing subdomain. This is a sneak peek of Chapter 29, Children's Materialism and Identity Development. In this chapter, the authors argue that the development of identity and materialism in children and adolescents are fundamentally linked. Like adults, children use possessions to signal fundamental aspects of their identity to both themselves and important others. How their identity develops and how they learn to signal their identities results from important socialization factors, in particular parents, peers, and media. In terms of identity, the authors focus on three fundamental identity motives: self-esteem, personal power and efficacy, and belonging. They review research that demonstrates that the socialization factors influence identity development, which in turn influences children's materialism, or the extent to which they use possessions to signal identity. Further, the authors show that the influence of identity on children's materialism is especially prevalent when they experience threats or self-deficits in their identities. This chapter is important because both marketers and public policymakers need to understand how and why children become more or less materialistic. For example, legislation restricting particular advertising practices when advertising to children needs to consider developmental changes in which influences exert the most power. That is, at earlier ages, children may be more influenced by parents than by peers or social media. But this situation often changes as children approach adolescence. A clear understanding of how these six influences interact with one another is critical. With 30 additional chapters, this handbook establishes a comprehensive and state-of-the-art treatment of identity and marketing. It is the authoritative and practical guide for academics, brand managers, marketers, public policy advocates, and even intellectually curious consumers. Pick up your copy today and learn more at americusreed.com.